I'm Troy Kirby with a quick look at the 2022 Washington State legislative session. The House Transportation Committee heard public testimony on two bills concerning the Tacoma Narrows Bridge. First, House Bill 2127 addresses the Narrows Bridge debt. Second, substitute Senate Bill 5488, which would concern state contributions in support of the Tacoma Narrows Bridge, passed the Senate 2821 and would have to pass the House to make its way to the governor's office for an opportunity to become law.
This is an extension, really phase two of the work that we began and passed legislation in 2018 that set up this account in the first place to provide for funding on the Narrows Bridge. I call it phase two because effectively when we did that, we found a lot of pockets of money that we were able to, that were from previous projects that had been a part of previous budgets over the last couple of decades. We allocated those pockets of money into a collective of about $85 million and set it up at the time, given our financial budget constraints, to be a loan. This simply acknowledges the fact that we've got a little bit of extra money and would convert these future paybacks into grants so that we wouldn't. It brings a level of equity for the Narrows Bridge.
The language could be read two different ways. It could be read that you can't lower it by more than 75 cents, or it could be read that you lower it 75 cents and then it can be no higher than what that new level would be. So if you took 75 cents off of 525, you'd be at 450. So the intent of this bill then is to take that toll down to 450, and it could not exceed 450 moving forward. Is that correct?
That's my sense of it, Representative Orcutt, and I'm sure that the sponsor will chime in, but that's my understanding of the bill.
I'm here before you with this bill today because for too long, my community on the west side of the Sound has not received the investments that our community feels that we deserve. Our neighbors on the peninsula should get the infrastructure investments that we desperately need. And throughout my work on this policy, I discovered a Department of Health disparities map, which shows that the communities on the peninsulas experience a much higher transportation expense than the communities along the I-5 corridor, or even across the bridge in Tacoma. And, we can all agree, I think you've heard from me and another legislator today, and I think many of you have been around for these conversations, that the Tacoma Narrows Bridge was the worst financed bridge in modern history. My colleague, Senator King, even posited that may be the worst financed since the Romans. And
thank you for watching the 2022 Washington State legislative session.